Okay guys, this is a quick shot of the turnips and mustard that you seen me showed a earlier clip of the greens that I grew in just a little container outside. So I went out after I showed you that clip. We harvest them, and I didn't get them all. We got some more, but I got a video to do this with these greens, guys, and I just wanted to show you the process. I have already picked and washed them, and what I'm going to do is take and put them in a grocery bag, and then I'm going to put some vent holes in it with a knife or a fork, and I'm going to stick them in my refrigerator until they are ready to cook. I have did that, put them in the refrigerator, clean them a couple of days before, at least a couple of days before, and put them in that bag, and they will stay just fine. So guys, I just wanted you to see, and these are the turnips and mustard that May hands grew. Guys, get you a container and start you a little container garden, whatever you want to put in there. You got to think on a big level if you're not able to or you don't want to. I was raised back in the days, guys, where I was taught by my parents, and especially my granddaddy. My granddaddy's saying was always, a little bit of something beat a whole lot of nothing. That's what he would tell my brothers, especially when they were saying, I'm not gonna work on that job. He don't want to pay me. They ain't paying this here. He say, they ain't paying that much. A few dollars. He said, that's a few dollars is better than no dollars. And that's the way I do it, guys. I grew pepper and I grew a lot of things out there, but I wanted you guys to see this here, these greens, and because I'm not going to take you through this washing process just to be doing it. You know, maybe one day I would do this, but if you buy your turnips and greens and stuff from the store, I know you already know how to do it, but this here is a lot of involved cleaning of these greens. Well, it wasn't so bad because Tuck went out there and he picked them for me because they were so thick in the bucket, and he didn't really thought it was safe for me to stick my hands over in there, and I ain't my sight is not the best. So that's all I want to show you guys. These clips will be in, I don't know whether Tuck gonna put them at the beginning or at the end of the video when I get ready to put up these turnips and mustards. Well, I tell you, I'm not going to even tell you what the video gonna be, because it's an old landmark style special, and I want it to be a surprise. So guys, I will see you when I'm ready to prepare these greens, turnip greens. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope this video find everyone doing well and in good spirits. Okay guys, let me tell you the video that I will be sharing with you today. It is a requested video, and I've been had this request in for a couple of years, but I couldn't get the ingredients that get the stuff that the ingredients like I wanted to share with you. I didn't want to use something that's such a old landmark special stapler back in the days. I didn't want to just get some I didn't want the greens out the store, the turnips out the store, frozen turnips. So and then Tuck normally grow turnips out there in the garden, turnips and mustards and all that stuff. But guys, the past couple of years really we just been going through a lot with the weather and what's going, what has plagued this world right now. So guys, I'm not gonna talk too much to you about it because I got Tuck got some other little clips in this video that I don't know when he's going to add it, but I did do a little talking in that. But this right here, guys, let me tell you what we're going to be using. Oh, did I tell them the name of the video?
No.
Okay, this video is turnip greens with cornbread dodgers. How many of you guys know about this? Know about that? I grew up on this, like in the 60s and stuff like that. This was something other. But let me tell you guys, these turnips and mustard here. Like I say, it's a little clip in there where you're gonna show you. I grew these myself. I was gonna share a lot of this stuff with you guys this year, but it didn't. It just just didn't manifest. But I plan on doing it in the future. But I grew these over in just a pail, just a wash tub. And like I say, Tuck have that little clip in there. He gonna tell you more about it. So these right here, they let the water on it. They have already been washed. I didn't show you guys that process because you know, I didn't have time to do it. Because now if I was gonna cook them the same day, I probably would have shown y'all the process. But they have been washed, and this is something I want to share with you guys right here. I washed them real good several times, and before I stop doing videos, I will show you guys how I wash my turnips and mustards and stuff like that, because they're very sandy and dirty. You got to be careful. But in this bag, guys, I got several little slits where I just took a knife and just prepped around, because I had these in the refrigerator. After I washed them, I put them in this here, just regular clean grocery bag out the store, tied it off like this, and put them in the refrigerator until I was ready to cook them. That's where I normally do my greens like this here. Normally when I get them fresh from the store, out the garden, I don't never usually really prepare them that same day. I wash them up, because there's a lot of washing that goes along with them, and that's too much. And that's what I said. I want to show you guys that. And guys, this is the meat that I will be seasoning these greens with. You know, in earlier videos, I know the ones that been with me a while and the new ones that's here, I told them back in the days we use seasoning meat. We did not season our vegetables. Well, I wasn't taught, and I didn't grow up with my mama seasoning my vegetables with a whole lot of meat like they do now. You know, it's a different time. So you would use something called seasoning meat. And there was different kinds of it was different types of seasoned meat. You had like a streak of lean, and then you had this what they call salt pork. Is I got it held right there? Mm-hmm. Salt pork. It's a lot of salt on it. I took it and I washed it off. Now this is a pack like this, because sometimes this is very hard to find in the stores down our way. And when I find it, normally I get 2 or 3 packs of it and put it in my freezer. So I got some over there on the stove right now. You know, I'm letting it boil. Because when in the earlier video, like with my ham hocks and smoked meats, I told you, when we rinse that meat off real good and put it in a pot and with some water, cover it with water, and let it come to a boil and boil for about 5 minutes, then we pour that water off and rinse that meat off. That was just really part of your cleaning process. You never would just rinse this off, put it on, and cook your meat. No, you were going to pour that water off. That was an absolute no-no, guys. So I'm going to show you. Like I say, I got mine's on over there, and it's probably been boiling a little longer than... Hold on just a second, guys. I bet you this is a telemarketer.
Call from.
Hello? Hey, son. How are you? Oh, no, I haven't got it yet. I just took your call because I didn't know what was wrong with your... Not something might have been up with your grands, but right now I'm in the middle of a video, okay? Okay, I'll call you back, dear. Bye-bye. Guys, excuse me for that. But all of you out here, I know it's probably mothers or whatever, and when kids call, you go answer that. This is the what it looks like after it's been boiling 5 minutes. Is you open this pot good, Tuck?
Pour the pot back.
Back? Which way?
Back.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, I rinse that salt and stuff off there real well, rinse it real good, and then I put it in this water. You see how much water in here? And then I let it boil for 5 minutes. Now I'm going to pour it over in this colander. Then I'm going to rinse it off, and I'm going to also rinse the pot back out. That was not no good flavor, no good seasoning or nothing. That was just something that they did not, and that's what it's looking like after I done poured it off. That was not something that you were just gonna be eating. Now I'm going to put this back on after I rinse my pot out. I'm going to put it back on and bring it to a boil, and then I'm going to go ahead on and put my turnips back in it. Now these turnips, like when I put them up like this, and had them in a refrigerator overnight. Well, these been in a couple of days, so I'm gonna go back through them and rinse them again and see the the leaves turn while it was tied up in this bag, because that's that's a process that a lot of people may not do, because when they do they greens and stuff like that, they may go ahead on and cook them then. But I find out that's the best way for me to do it. So I'm going to get this back on, guys, and then I'm going to come back over to this. When I come back on, I'm going to have the meat back on, and I'm going to rinse these greens again. And I'll meet you over at the stove, guys. Be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. And I got the salt pork over here in the pot, and it's boiling. And let me tell you this before I forget it. I got 2 of these vegetables bouillons. Got 2 of these vegetable bouillon cubes already in there. And I don't know, I may add another one when I go back in and test and season it. But guys, let me tell you this here. In order to do the turnips with the cornbread Dodgers. Now I know a lot of you guys, now the person asked me in the email and in the comment that requested that I do this for them, they call them dumplings. But dumplings is something that in the modern day way they call them, cornbread dumplings. But when I was growing up, I always knew them as Dodgers. But Dodgers and dumplings is going to be the same thing. But what I was going to tell you when I come back to mix up the Dodgers and show you guys how to do that, the turnips is going to have to get done first. I'm going to cook these turnips, and you cook your turnips, season just like you normally season, and you're going to have your broth and all in there. Then you're going to have to remove your turnips. Well, we removed our turnips out of the broth. And then we dropped the Dodgers in there. And then we cooked the Dodgers. And then added the turnips and stuff back to them. So I was just going to tell you those little steps that's going to be going on with it. But you just cook your turnips just like you would normally cook them. So I got the I got the salt pork and the 2 vegetables bouillon in it. And right here, guys, I got a teaspoon of salt.
Don't see it. Got it up too high.
Okay. It's just, I'm going to tell you. It's a teaspoon of salt and maybe about a teaspoon of onion powder and a teaspoon of sugar. I'm just going ahead on and dump mine in there, but you put that in there any way you see fit or you want to. Because I'm getting ready to go ahead on and put the turnips and stuff in there now, guys. And I had it sitting over there. And I had put that red pepper in there, didn't I? I hadn't.
No, I didn't see any.
I'm going to put a few of these chili flakes over in there, guys. But if if I had some fresh green pepper, then you don't have to do this at all. But I do like to add that little seasoning to it. I would say that's probably about a half a teaspoon of it, guys. Now these turnips, when I start putting them on, they're gonna start shrinking down. I'm gonna stir them real good to get the already existing season all kind of through the turnips. And let me move some of this stuff out the way so I can get over here. God, that light be blinding me, so I don't know which way I be going with it. Because they're going to just shrink down pretty quickly. And I don't have many purposely because I wanted to, I was doing the Dodgers and then just wanted to show you guys. And I have a lot of water back in here where I rinsed off, but you don't worry about your water because you're going to need your pot liquor. Like I said, that pot liquor is what's going to play the part in cooking your... Oh, you smell these chocolate? It's smelling good already. This is our first time cooking for this guy. And cooking out of these. Took out some turnips over there, planted. Sit back on that for me. Thank you. And what you were saying about the turnips, Chuck? I know you said something. That's the reason I went ahead on and did mine, because I didn't know. He was saying looked like his was trying to...
Yours looking better than mine, the one I planted. Over there, I don't know whether they're going to produce as much as I thought they were.
Oh yeah, tell them, Tuck, about the collard seeds that I planted where we were going to get our collard from. Tell them about that.
Yeah, we purchased some seeds and stuff that would... several different types of seeds, the collards and mustards that you see that she's cooking now, and also some collard seeds. And she planted those and everything, and they wasn't collard. There was some other kind of turnip, just like the turnip, just a bigger leaf, look like purple leaf turnip some type of way on it, and I think we may have a picture of it too. We may show you, but but anyway, they ended up not being collards. They was some type of other turnip. I think some people call them purple leaf or purple root turnips. But either way, they're doing well. They're looking well. And then we also had collard plant, but we had collard that was not seed. We had collard plant.
Oh, yeah, we got the plant.
And those there, but she got the seed as well. We're going to do something from seed, but
so y'all gonna have to be careful with that, guys, because I don't know if it was what you call that there, GMO type stuff where they did something with the seeds and stuff like that.
I think it was just a store we went to. I think it was
that
little young boy in there that was waiting on us. I don't think he really knew what he was doing probably and got the wrong thing. Because the older man that's usually there that do that, he wasn't there that day when I was in there, and it could have been, I don't know, they might have just had the wrong thing in the wrong place, but either way, we did not end up getting collard seeds that we thought we was getting.
Well, let me put this in there and then I'm going to tell you something. Okay, guys, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. This is the bacon dripping. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of that over here. And I may put some more according, because I don't know how, is these going to be tender or tough. They look like the way they, when they don't shrink down, because I know the age of them. They're not real old. They are. But usually when you plant when Tuck plant his turnips and mustards and stuff like that, usually they're ready in about 2.5 months or something like that.
Yeah. And
I planted these when the end of August, or was it in September? I think it was the end of August I planted this. So hopefully they'll be pretty well, tender. Because of the weather that we've had. Okay, I'm just going to stir these seasoning up in them well, guys. And then I'm going to turn I'm going to put a little bit more water over here. Simply because I need the broth. That's the reason I'm adding a lot of seasoning to it. Once the turnip starts to cook and get that flavor off into the water, everything will be going great. So that I'm going to turn it up and let it come to a boil. And you see my big cup over there that that white cup that I usually, let me see. Okay.
I see you flake inside of the boiler.
See a what?
One of the flakes from the pepper.
Yeah, we better get that down. Come on, let me think of something else. That was just a chili flake. Put me some water in that tub. Let it get it hot. But yeah, that's what I want to tell you guys. I'm gonna turn this burner down on it. I let them come back to a good old full boil. get it started. And then I'll turn it down, and then I'm going to cook them on probably a medium to a medium low. And you don't need to cook them too fast, guys, so they can get tender. But that's the purpose of putting it there. Bacon grease in that. It's out. That's for flavor, and it helps tenders your vegetables. For seasoning and all that. Because I've known my mama had to cook the dumplings, because you know they usually didn't kill a hog but twice a year. When we kill hogs twice a year, and they had to make that meat scratch. They'll kill them in usually in the fall and the springtime. Nowadays people kill a hog when they get ready and all that, because they got ways of keeping the meat preserved, like in the freezer or whatever. But I can remember, like in usually around about September, my daddy would do. And back when they did the hog, killing the hogs, we used to call it hog killing day. You had family, friends. I know my granddad, step-grandmama, all of them come over. One of my cousins, he the one would do the killing of the hog. And this whole group would be out there. And they would help each other with the meat. We helped my daddy, because my daddy normally killed 2 hogs, and then parts and stuff that he didn't use or we didn't use and stuff like that, they'll share it around. And then when the next person get ready to kill their hog, they would go over and do theirs. Usually they were doing that maybe about every a couple of weeks or a week apart. They would go on the weekend. They'll do one through the weekdays, because I used to have to stay out of school with my baby sister, because my mama would be out there during the process. And then they'll do one on the weekend. And they'll get them hogs killed and dead off, and that would really last a bit, to the springtime. And then they would do a hog killing again. Because this type of meat here, like the salt pork and stuff like that, like when you wasn't killing, and if it was people didn't kill hogs, they had something called a slaughterhouse. And you could go to the slaughterhouse and you would get your salt pork, and they could get the meat for the salt pork, and then they would put the salt to it and salt it down themselves. And then we had like little country stores, like the we call it the curd market, and I can't even think of the one uptown. How did I forget that? The corner store. They sold all that kind of stuff, guys. The meat would be displayed in the little glass cage, and the butcher was always on on duty, and you get what you want. You can go in there and get a quarter worth of bologna, or you can go in there and get 50-cent worth of bacon, and it's funny now that you think about it.
That was back in the 60s.
No.
60s, 70s.
Really?
Get a quarter.
Y'all didn't go to y'all didn't never go to the shop. Did you go up to the curd market? The corner store and shop?
Yeah.
Did your parents let you do that? Well,
they let me do that.
I was saying, I used to have to go after my daddy passed, and we moved back to Detroit where you would live. Yeah, let you. I was saying that most of the time they did it themselves. But my mama, after my daddy passed, and we had to help her up. Help her out. She'd write down on the list what she wanted.
Go to the store, they send me up there to get something.
Believe it or not, back in the days, if you would get like 50-cent worth of bacon, anybody around there could tell you 50-cent worth of bacon. That was quite a bit of bacon. Stuff was not that expensive. Not like bacon is what, about $7-8 a pound now.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the case back then.
Well, I know that. Yeah.
And you get your bologna slice, you tell them on a thick slice, or you could buy a whole chug of it.
Yeah, you can get.
And slice it up yourself. I know when my dad was living, we lived in the country.
Cheese, those big
What they call that, hoop cheese?
Hoop cheese and stuff on the thing. You can cut it like you want, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, guys, I just really want to show you how this is. I'm gonna let it come to this here rolling boil before I turn it down, because That's helping the flavors too like that. I'll let it cook like this for maybe about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna turn it down and put my lid on it. You got to cover it, guys. And I tell you what, I'm proud of these things. They smell so good. I wish you guys could smell them.
All right, fresh greens, fresh turnip green.
And
That's a combination of turnip and mustard there.
Well, there may be a few of them in there. But with the dumplings, guys, you can do either one. Well, I know you guys, I know that, but usually you can do a mixture. I have known them to put this thing, my mama to put some up in there with something she called, and I don't never hear anybody talk about it now. And some of my older viewers may know what I'm talking about. She called it rape. It was something called rape. And I may not be pronouncing it right, because I can just remember it grew wild. I think I would spell it R-A-P-E. Rape and watercress. And I see greens in the store now, like in the lettuce and things. When you go to a place that has a lot of fresh produce that looks just like the stuff that I know that grew wild out in the fields, at the edge of the fields and stuff like that. Mother used to go and get it, and I know I had one person who asked me about the poke salad. All that stuff grew wild, and they could mix it with the vegetables. I think like the watercress, the stuff that I see now, and my mama might have called it watercress or the rape or whatever. She would mix that in her greens, and it would give it a peppery taste. It had a nice peppery taste. Because you know, the ones that was raised grew up back in the 60s, and then before that, you know, these vegetables was just off the change. Because I know when my mama, when we moved back to the town after my daddy passed, it took a lot for my mama to get used to some of these vegetables. And most of the time she would, instead of getting it from the grocery store, we had people that would come around in the community and stuff, selling like collards, turnips, sweet potatoes, and just about any type of vegetables that, you know, they would come around selling that, and that's where she liked to get her vegetables from, because she couldn't get past the way some of this. She just always would say they just raising this stuff off any kind of way. Say, ooh, she would just lay it out. She said these people ought to be ashamed of their stuff. I don't know what they putting in these vegetables and stuff like that, but it just ain't right. She just really couldn't tolerate that stuff. Because a lot of times she just stopped eating stuff with the collars after people started going around with the on the truck selling them the fresh out of their garden and stuff. And sometimes some of them came right on the truck. She knows the one that came on the truck. She was saying I don't know how they raising their stuff off with this. She know what they were raising off with and grow it off fast and made it not good, and she wouldn't even bother with that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead on and put the lid on it, and I'll see you back when the turnips is ready, and I'm getting ready to make my Dodgers up, showing you how I make my Dodgers and drop my Dodgers, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back, and the turnips has finished cooking. They're done, and I have removed them out the pot liquor onto a bowl, and then once I get the dumplings dropped over in that liquor, which the liquor is still cooking, it's still hot. I'm like, let me turn. Hold on just a second. Let me have to turn this down. I don't want to boil too much while I'm doing this, and then I'm going to drop the cornmeal dumplings, and then I'll add the turnips back to it. I'll tell you more about it when we get over here. But okay, as soon as Tuck can move over here, I'm going to show you the ingredients you're going to need to make your cornbread dumplings, aka Dodgers. Okay, guys, I got some, this is I don't know what brand you can find, but the most important thing, you're going to need some water ground meal. Is that because I'm holding it down?
Yes, yeah.
I've never fixed this out of enriched meal nothing of the sort, so I don't know how that would work. Because if, you know, it's got to be kind of firm and stuff to stay together where it won't turn to mush. And then I have medium sifted. It also, this kind of meal comes in fine and extra fine, and yeah, I know it comes in fine and extra fine. I have made them out of fine meal. That works fine. That works, fine sifted. That works good also. But for this, I'm going to use some medium sifted meal. Okay, and I got probably about 1/3 of a cup of a green onion, guys. Green onion, but you can use a regular onion. Just dice it kind of fine. And then this is like oh no, did I waste it?
Yes, you did.
It was about 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. Put it over here to remind me of it. And then come around and waste it. I'll get some more and put in there. You don't even have to put it in there. And then I'm going to be using a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some black pepper in there. I don't know how much. And then I'm going to be using a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'll be using the broth from the turnips. I mean not the broth. The pot liquor from the turnip to mix it. So let me go ahead on, guys, and let's start mixing this real quick so we can get this did. I'm only gonna probably you use the meal, because like I say, I have no measurements for this. I'm just estimating it as to how much I'll be using. But you would be putting your meal according to how many dumplings you probably gonna make. And I don't have many turnips over there, and you don't want to overdo it. Do your turnips with your dumplings. If you're fixing a large amount, you do that accordingly. That's not quite 2 cups, but I'm just gonna put just say 1 2/3 cups. What I'm gonna make for that amount of dumplings that I have over there. And I'm going to put it in my sieve, because I'm going to just sift this all together. I don't waste my sugar over there, and it wouldn't be right if I didn't waste my salt. So let me put in here. So far so good, guys. See, this is a 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to put 2 of them to make a teaspoon. Because this meal has nothing in it, guys. So I put a teaspoon of that. Is that too hot? I got all of it. Oh, Chuck gonna get me another 1/4 teaspoon of sugar in there. Thank you. Appreciate you. And then, guys.
There you go.
Okay, thanks. Let me go ahead on, guys, and put this little bit of sugar, that little 1/4 teaspoon of sugar in there before I spill it again. And I'll get that up when I come back. Oh, I almost forgot I got to put my baking powder in here. That's the 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Set that over for me, Tuck. I want to get it in that sugar I'll spill. Okay, guys, we're just going to sift this together. This is just the salt, a little sugar, and the baking powder. Guys, those turnips are absolutely delicious. Will you give me a dish rag so I can get this sugar? Now you don't have to sift that in there. You can just put it in there and get your whisk and mix it up in there. But I just did it like that. Okay.
Can't do.
You gotta wash. Oh, you gotta wash. Here. Get this shook up for. I get them ants to wake up. Put this on out the way so they can see. And then with the black pepper, put a whole cap out. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little. I'll say that's probably about another 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, guys, and go ahead on and put your green onions in. I want you guys to make sure you leave me a comment telling me, have you ever had the cornbread, dumplings or dodgers, whichever one you call it before. Okay, guys, now we're going to go in with the pot liquor, and there's some turnips over in it. Good. All right, and now consistency matters right here, because they're going to have to be kind of stiff. They can't be too loose. If I'm hoping I have enough of this pot liquor. If I don't, I got a whole, I got some over there in the pot. But I would just, didn't think I would use for that much. Estimating about that much. Ooh, that looks like pepper got me on a sneeze. Hold up a minute, black pepper. Just make sure you get it all combined. Don't want no dry meal up in there. Just take your time and go light with your pot liquor. And whatever pot liquor is left over, put it back over in your pot. That was the reason you seen me with so much, when I started my turnip side, I made sure I had enough water in there to get its flavor by the turnips, and they are so good. Can you see in that?
Yes, I see.
Okay, guys, let me see. I usually take maybe about a tablespoon, and I don't be measuring or whatever to make those sides, make this about this size dumpling. And I think this is gonna be, the consistency is gonna be fine. I kind of make mine and kind of flatten it out a little bit. Because if you have them too loose, they're going to tear up. This is going to be fine. What you do is make them up. And then, let me make a couple of more showing you how to do it. See, I was just using this to dip it up, but I overfill it. Now you make these dumplings the size that you want them. You don't want to get them too big, and you don't want to get them too small. But you do that the way you want. And you can kind of shape them the way you want to, if you know. My mama used to just roll hers up in a ball. Do it like that. See, that's why I'm going to do it like my mother used to do it. Hold want to flatten them out. And then they turn around and tear up on me when I drop them. Doing too much. I'm going to roll one more. And then I'm going to go off. And when I come back on, I will be over at the stove with the pot liquor. And we'll go ahead on and drop these dumplings. They're going to probably cook. I'll let you know how long they cook, because I'm going to turn this stove down on and kind of let them do like a low boil, not a medium boil. And it probably takes about, it'll probably take about 30 minutes because it's got to get done on the inside. I'll test one to see is it done, and I'll let you know how long it takes, guys. So let me finish rolling these up, guys, and I'll be back and I'll meet you over at the stove to finish this up. Okay, guys, we're back, and I hope you can see how I got the water, I got the pot liquor boiling. And I'm going to drop a few and make sure that I got it, ain't got it too thin. They don't just come apart in here. Drop them in. Re-roll them as you drop them in. Don't look like it's fell apart. Turn the stove down a little bit. I'm just going to drop them. And I made them about 2 different sizes, so now if you had these things, you drop them in there and they came apart, all you had to do was go back and just add some meal to it, some more meal to it. And then you're going to turn them down and let them do like a low boil, because they got to get ready. They got to get done on the inside, guys. And this would be your cornbread dumplings all day. I just wonder, do people still make them? Or either is any of the older people still around that know what time this is? Because, guys, let me tell you something. This type of eating was the kind of eating we did back when we was growing up. And to us it was delicious. You didn't have to have a whole lot of seasoning because the flavor was there in the food. You basically did salt and pepper and, onions and stuff like that. People that can, most of the stuff that you grow. And that's mostly what people did. They grew that stuff to really they grew the vegetables and raised hogs and chicken and did honey and stuff that was would sustain us. This one just keep acting kind of funny. I'm gonna drop them on in there. Might have had too many onions up in it and that little. I don't see none look like it done came apart yet, guys. I'm having to kind of roll the little onions back up in there. Might just have just a tad bit too much of that. I didn't have it chopped fine enough. But we'll know at the end. But usually what I do, I stand over at the pot when I'm dropping them. I don't roll them up like I would do, cut them out like I would do dumplings. I stand right at the pot as I make up the meal and just drop them like that. Now, like I say, the turnips is fully done, so you don't have to worry about trying to, just put them back in once your dumpling finish cooking. And now with now if you had some older turnips that had a lot of long stem to it, all you would do is just take you a knife and fork and you cut those turnips up. Because people then, they will I was taught, I'm wondering if I got enough in here to what I was trying to say. We didn't really, we just picked the turnips and mustard and washed them real well. You didn't have to cut them up unless they was really big and you wanted to just break some up. Guys, I love these things, so I may be putting more than I should be putting over here, but that's all right too. This is gonna be a bigger one. I just let them two small ones went on together. Let me get over there and wash my hands too. Come behind me. Guys, I'll be right back. I want to rinse my hands off and show you what it looked like over in the pot. Shake them a little bit. Can you take the camera down and come over here and show them in the pot? I think I have them just right. They're forming. And I'm going to let Tuck show you what they're looking like over in the pot. Once he get the camera down. Now you're not going to stir or nothing like that on them, guys. That's what they're looking like. And then they're going to have to cook. I'm going to let them low cook approximately. I say that's probably going to take no more than about 30 minutes, but I'll let you know because I'll test one and I'll let you know how long it took. Here's me that lid over there. Thank you. So guys, I'm going to put the lid back on there and I'll see you back with the finished product. When we come back, this will be ready and I'll be mixing the turnips back over, the greens part back over in there, and we'll end the video. So we'll be right back. Okay, we'll be back. Okay guys, this is the finished product of the landmark style turnips and I'm gonna say dumplings, turnips and cornbread dumplings, aka cornbread darters, whichever one you want to call them. I guarantee you it's the same thing. This is the finished product of it, guys, and they're absolutely delicious. And I hope the instructions as to how I remember that I used to make them. Probably the last time I, made some was back in the probably in the 90s and stuff. Because vegetables like that got kind of hard to find. But guys, I'm not going to talk to you long because at the end of this video, Tuck is going to do some inserts in there. Is it going to be at the end or where? Okay. So I think it's going to be at the end. He's going to put some inserts in there because I had requests for this here video, and I told the ones I told you that I knew how to do them, but I didn't know that I was going to have to grow my own turnips to make it for you guys. But the inserts that he have in there, they'll be self-explanatory, but I've enjoyed sharing this with you, and another thing. Remember, guys, to go over and support my daughter's channel, Britt Simone. She told me tonight, but y'all are probably getting this video tomorrow, that she was putting up a video where she had went to visit the food trucks down in Pensacola. That's always a treat. I can't wait to see it. So I'm not gonna hold you any longer. And remember, guys, to always thumbs up my video. That support me a lot, and leave me a comment. Have you ever had the cornbread Dodgers? Share out the videos, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna cut one of the cornbread Dodgers so you can see it on the inside, because I know you'll be probably saying, maybe we want to see what it looked like on the inside. And I am so proud of my turnips. They turned out so well. I still got it, guys, even though I thought I'd been out the business of farming, that I had forgot a lot of things, but I got out there and I did my thing. Did I tuck?
You did.
So I'm gonna tuck this, gonna kind of move around, and I'm gonna come around and get one of the Dodgers and cut it open and let you see what it looking like. And my turnips are so tender, they just really melt in your mouth. I was surprised at that. I done let them get too old. Let's get one of these Dodgers up. I'm gonna get this about the size that I normally make mine right there, guys. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And gonna be kind of stiff, guys, cause you know that. But they're supposed to be done on the inside. And from the looks of that, that's pretty well done. Let me see, can I get you some of these turnips over here? Try to see. I didn't do the screens. They were so young, I didn't take much of the stems off, because I didn't want to get the fan. That was just some of the stems, because I kind of just haphazardly chopped them up some. But they're nice and tender. And get that pot liquor, put it over there. And you already got your cornbread up in there. Because this started to taste like boiled hot water cornbread, or steamed hot water cornbread. Yeah, that's a good, that's a better word. Hot water cornbread. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead on the end this video. And remember what I always tell you guys. Use your common sense, think positive, and may love you guys. Bye.
Bye, you guys. We will do inserts. Thank you.
Guys, this is just a little quick chop of the turnips and mustard that I planted. I got them planted in an old-fashioned, old-timey wash tub, and then one of them is in one of those grow bags. They did real nicely, guys. Next year when I do this here, or when I plant again, I will show you. But I just wanted you guys to see this quick little shot of these turnips and mustard. And the next time you'll see them, I have them prepped and getting ready. I'm going to do a video of cooking them. Cooking these. Guys, this is just a little quick chop of the turnips and mustard that I planted. I got them planted in an old-fashioned, old-timey wash tub, and then one of them is in one of those grow bags. They did real nicely, guys. Next year when I do this here, or when I plant again, I will show you. But I just wanted you guys to see this quick little shot of these turnips and mustard. And the next time you'll see them, I have them prepped and getting ready. I'm going to do a video of cooking them. Cooking these. Guys, this is just a little quick chop of the turnips and mustard that I planted. I got them planted in an old-fashioned, old-timey wash tub, And then one of them is in one of those grow bags. They did real nicely, guys. Next year when I do this here, or when I plant again, I will show you. But I just wanted you guys to see this quick little shot of these turnips and mustard. And the next time you'll see them, I have them prepped and getting ready. I'm going to do a video of cooking them. Cooking these.